We've all had to do the pesky job of cleaning something out before. You know, the place you stuff all your junk into, like your attic or your garage. And sometimes what you find will surprise you.
I rented out half that space to Newman.
Mail bags? He's storing mail in here?
Well, evidently.
Joe Biden's aides have been doing a little early spring cleaning for the big guy. It feels like everywhere they look, they find something new that surprises Joe. Or as Joe's lawyers put it, they keep finding highly classified documents that were inadvertently misplaced. First, they found docs in Joe's closet at the UPenn Biden Center, a building housing 20 different companies. The place was swarming with thousands of people a day. In fact, I was there in 2018 on the roof hosting the Five. Today, they find more documents, and just as predicted yesterday, they found them in Delaware. Right in Joe's personal library, a library without any books. But Joe's not responsible. He's not irresponsible. The most important documents were stored all the way in his garage next to his '72 Corvette.
Mr. President, classified material next to your Corvette? What were you thinking?
I'm going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage, okay? So it's not like you're sitting out in the street.
So the material was in a locked garage?
Yes, as well as my Corvette. But as I said earlier this week, people know I take classified documents and classified material seriously. I also said we're cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department's review.
Joe seems to think there's no place safer for documents than next to his Corvette. You can put Joe's Corvette at the border, and the migrants would just stop coming. Joe's Corvette, so safe, he can run the documents over and nothing would happen.
Sounds good. Try your brakes.
They're good.
We're sure whenever Joe takes the Corvette out for a spin, his automatic garage door locks shut. Because whenever you close your garage door, a leaf never dangles into the motion sensor and sends the garage door back up. That's never happened to anybody. But maybe Joe's not too worried. These docs are probably stored away in a highly secured safe, right? No. This is Joe's garage. Look, cardboard boxes just stacked right on top of each other back there, if you can see. Are the top secret docs on Ukraine in one of those boxes? Has Joe ever backed the Corvette into those boxes? It kind of looks like he has. And it's not just like anyone's walking around Joe's private residence, right? I mean, we're guessing this guy hanging out in Joe's backyard was probably heavily vetted. Is this guy a spy? Nah, can't be. There's no spies in Delaware. What's the likelihood that one of Joe's campaign staffers was a spy? Remember, Biden campaigned out of his little bunker. Staffers were in and out of this Delaware home for over a year. How many people do you think just walked in there? I mean, over the last 6 years, how many? Hundreds? Did Joe ever have a garage sale? I mean, we know he's the poorest member of Congress. How else did he make his money? Garage sales and Chinese wires. There has to be an explanation to all of this. Luckily, the ladies of The View have one for us.
I've never seen a luckier person than Donald Trump. Just as we're this close to getting him, but somehow these documents appear.
But here's the thing: Biden is wrong to have done this. He was in office for 40 years.
Let's find out what this is first. Now, again, one of the things that gets me crazy is before we know, it's already been spun a specific way. If you're missing classified information, I don't mean to laugh, but in my house, if stuff is missing, I know it's missing.
Does it feel like Oppo research to you? Does it feel like the Republicans are behind it?
It's not.
It did originally.
Yeah, that makes sense. Trump dumped the box of documents in Joe's garage. Really, they're blaming Trump for this. But Biden's using the same trick crooked Hillary used. Remember, you have your personal lawyers sift through what's classified and what's not, and then just hand it over to the feds. Here are only the classified docs we have. Trust me, the other documents are totally about yoga and Hunter's wedding. The White House hasn't been straight with the American people. They acted like the only documents Joe stuffed in his pockets were the ones at the Penn Biden Center. And now we find out that was a lie. He had them stuffed in a garage. They just didn't say anything. They just go out and tell you, Joe's so surprised.
The president said Tuesday he was surprised to learn about the documents at the Penn Biden Center, that he didn't know what was in these documents. He didn't sort of repeat that this morning about the documents found at his residence. So was he also surprised to learn that they were classified documents at his residence, and does he know any information about what's in them?
He was surprised that the documents were there, and that is also in line with what we shared.
Yeah, everything surprises Joe. Inflation, the Taliban taking over, no baby formula. Remember, Joe's not a mind reader. What happened in Joe's home and office is none of his business. Now, the FBI went to Joe's house to get the documents. I mean, they found the first batch of documents in November. And now we just heard they have another batch in his library next to the garage. One document in your library, but Joe says he has no idea what the documents say. Does anybody believe that? We sent a producer out to ask.
What kinds of things do you keep in your closet?
Supplies for when Armageddon comes.
Clothes and shoes and money.
I have my high school books from when history was history.
Vacuum cleaner, some cleaning equipment.
What do you think Joe Biden keeps in his closet?
That's a loaded question.
A lot of secrets.
His memory. Documents that he shouldn't have.
It's just totally irresponsible.
Joe Biden was caught keeping classified documents from his vice presidency in a D.C. office closet. What do you think about that?
Wow.
He should be arrested, but I don't want him impeached because she's worse than him.
I really love Venn diagrams. You know, the circles, right?
Didn't that happen recently to another president and he got in trouble for that?
The witch hunt continues.
Biden says he had no idea he'd hidden the classified documents in the closet. Do you believe him?
No, I don't believe him. I think he knows.
That's not something you really forget, you know?
Let me tell you something. As delusional as that man is, he knew. He knew.
He's not fooling anybody. Why is it, do you think, that Democrats like Hillary and Biden, they can mishandle classified documents and they just kind of get away with it?
I don't think that's right on any part.
That's a really good question, is why are they above the law and not being held accountable?
Hillary got to burn with, Hillary should be in jail. Let's just put it that way.
I have a feeling that by the end of this evening, I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened.
Why not?
What would happen if the FBI caught you mishandling classified documents?
I'd be in jail in a heartbeat. What, are you kidding?
I don't think they'll give me slack like they would them. Definitely not. I'm not a part of the party.
I know that I wouldn't be here with you. I'd be in a holding cell somewhere and being interrogated.
I think you're going to get away with it. Not up in here.
Not up in here!
Oh. Should Joe Biden run again?
No.
No, he's too old.
If he even has the to run again, I feel sorry for him.
So the feds are tracking down Biden's staff now, who packed the boxes. Now, remember, some of these documents were moved twice. No one even knows where the documents lived in 2017 before they made it to the Penn Biden Center. Investigators have interviewed Biden's former executive assistant, Kathy Chung, who helped Joe pack up his bags in 2017. Now, the funny thing about Ms. Chung, when she was working for Joe, she was always emailing Hunter, sending him a list of phone numbers in 2015 of bigwigs like, Pelosi, Crooked Hillary, Slick Willie, the husband. Why was Joe's White House assistant emailing Hunter all of these phone numbers? Was Hunter asking Crooked where to buy bleach? Was he asking Slick Willie about escorts? Was he getting stock tips from Nance? I'm not sure it had anything to do with China or Ukraine, right? Or business opportunities. It couldn't be. I guess Kathy Chung passed the background check because she did work for the White House, right? Anybody? No, I'm not going to go there. We know Hunter had access to Biden's garage, though.
My two sons, Bo, who's passed away, and my son Hunter, they decided as a Christmas gift to have the engine rebuilt for me.
Plus, Hunter signed off on his gun permit, claiming he owned Joe's house. That's right, Hunter owned that garage. If Hunter was bringing strippers and crackheads into the Georgetown office, the big guy was supposed to share with their Chinese business partner, Mr. Dong, imagine the kind of people Hunter was bringing into Joe's house. Mom and Dad are at the beach house. Hunter's throwing ragers with pros, foreign ones probably. Did he bring his little fang there, Jackie Bao? She was working for Joe's campaign, remember, doing some Oppo research? Did Hunter bring Patrick Ho to Joe's house? Hunter passes out on the couch and wakes up, host stuffing classified docs down his pants like Sandy Burglar. Now, we don't know who visited Joe's property in Delaware. The White House won't release the visitor logs. Joe spent a lot of time at the presidency in Delaware. Basically, I don't know, a third, half. He's been in Delaware surrounded by boxes of classified docs with Chinese fingerprints probably all over them. How many contractors do you think? How many staff members have just been waltzing across Joe's garage? How many foreign guests has Joe had over in Delaware since he's been in office? Are we going to release the logs?
When will the White House release a log of visitors to the Wilmington house where there is potentially unsecured classified material?
Again, I am telling you, we did something that the last administration got rid of, which is instituting the White House logs. Did you ask the last administration why they got rid of the White House logs?
Well, that's a job for the special counsel to figure out, because today Attorney General Merrick Garland made this announcement.
Earlier today, I signed an order appointing Robert Hur as special counsel for the matter I've just described. The document authorizes him to investigate whether any person or entity violated the law in connection with this matter.
Hur is a Christopher Wray assistant. He used to work for Wray. So the FBI has Joe Biden by the you-know-what. I mean, they can kill him, they can cover for him, or they can blackmail him. And Hur's made some political donations we want to make you aware of, most to moderate Republicans like John McCain and Larry Hogan. So now Trump and Biden have a special counsel investigating them. Trump and Biden. Garland and Wray get to pick the next president, basically. They can choose to indict Biden or Trump or both or one or the other. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. I thought we got to pick the president. I wonder how Kamala's reacting to all of this. She knows she's got nothing to hide. No one even lets her look at classified documents.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.